On my third day in wonderful Doha, Qatar, I took a solo walking excursion of the city.
I have no idea what the building in the background is, but it is absolutely exquisite.
I saw the Falcon Souq, the Islamic Museum of Art, and I visited a mosque for the first time ever before meeting back up with my family in the evening for a wonderful dinner at the Doha Ritz-Carlton. But before I headed out for my day of adventure, I had a very special breakfast.
And I'm gonna have a breakfast of Cinnamon Toast Crunch before I head out. The blast from the past. I used to eat this every day growing up, but I haven't had in years.
And of course, before leaving the apartment, I had to have a little playtime with the baby.
Oh, there's a happy baby. One more time? One more time? Again? Okay. Ride a little horsey, ride him in the town. Ride a little horsey, don't fall down. Happy baby? Again? Okay. Ride a little horsey, ride him in the town. Ride a little horsey, don't fall up. It's good.
As I finally left the apartment and headed out to see what I saw, I first encountered the Falcon Souq. Fun fact, falcons and humans have been a close pair in Qatar for centuries, dating back to when the birds were used for hunting in deserts, when the killing of small prey was a real task for us humans.
Okay guys, behind me, you see some falcons. I'm at the Falcon Souq. This is a highlight of the trip for me. I had decided that I was going to muster up courage and put a falcon on my arm, but after seeing their heads hooded and their long talons, I chickened out. Now I'm right in front of the Falcon Souq Falcon Hospital, which is like the vet for falcons. I did a quick Google search and I saw that falcons in Qatar are like hunting dogs where I'm from. They're like a prized animal that men train for years to go out into the desert and hunt prey, and they take them to the vet every once in a while to get their talons clipped, to get their feathers mended, and just for a general checkup. So I have to admit that going into the falcon trading store and seeing the falcons all tethered up was a little sad. But I noticed that half of them didn't have the covers on their eyes and half of them did. And the ones that weren't covered, they were very vigilant and they were very like fighting the chains. And the ones that were hooded, they were calm. And so it made me think, you know what? Sometimes maybe I just need to put a hood on myself so I can just chill out and have some peace. Okay, this building behind me is the Islamic Cultural Center, and it's been staring out at the skyline since I've gotten here, teasing me and begging me to come and walk up the spiral. But first, there is an international honey exhibit to explore.
The Islamic Cultural Center itself was a little disappointing because A, I found I couldn't go to the top of the spiral, and B, I somehow missed the fact that there was a mosque inside the cultural center. At any rate, I was getting hungry, so I went home to have lunch with baby Caden in the middle of my day's adventure.
Okay, I just got back from a day of gallivanting around Doha, and much to my delight, I was scrounging around the cabinets to see what I could have for lunch, and I found Velveeta macaroni and cheese. I haven't had this in at least 10 years. It was like the cherished food of my childhood and my teenage years. So me and their little baby, we're going to share some Velveeta macaroni and cheese. Caden, can I help you? You didn't get any.
Can Patrick have some?
Nani, I found the Velveeta mac and cheese, and me and Caden are having fun. Huh? Yes, show Nani your mac and cheese. Can I have the fork? I can help you.
Let Patrick have the fork. Did you steal all Patrick's mac and cheese? Uh-oh.
I'm starving and I can't have any.
Next up, the Museum of Islamic Art.
The museum's architecture is influenced by traditional Islamic structures, yet has a uniquely modern design involving geometric patterns. And it sits on an artificial peninsula overlooking the south end of Doha Bay, and the peninsula was built solely for the museum to avoid encroachments by other buildings in the future. The interior of the building is decorated by several Islamic artworks, and the large metallic chandelier hung over the main staircase of the lobby. But the exhibits held 14 centuries of Islamic art from the Arab states of the Persian Gulf, including a monumental stucco panel, ancient clothing, an amazing fountainhead, a historic chess and backgammon set, tapestries, scrolls, hunting horns, pottery, swords, guns, and armor. And to me, the most amazing part of the museum was the recreation of a traditional Persian home living room.
Man, it's super bright today. You'd think I was in the desert or something. Behind me is a beautiful harbor with these old pearl boats. The Islamic Museum of Art sits right on the harbor, and it was a wonderful visit. Now I'm going to go visit my very first mosque.
There are over 2,000 mosques in Doha, and the one I visited on this day was right beside the Emir's home, where I saw the camels process in my day 2 video. The mosque has a beautiful tower, and of course I had to take my shoes off before I walked in. One big difference between Christian churches and Islamic mosques are that there are no chairs or pews. Instead, worshippers sit down and pray on the floor. After all the new sights and sounds of my wonderful day exploring Doha alone, I needed a nap before we went to dinner at the Ritz-Carlton.
Okay, we're eating at the Ritz-Carlton, which is super swanky here. There are all these palm trees, and yeah, it's nice. We're on the beach now, and Courtney's going to tell us what is in the background.
So right behind us is the 974 Stadium, and it is built out of 974 cargo ship containers. And I don't know if it's a coincidence or just sheerly ironic. 974 is the area code for Qatar.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact.
It was so swanky that I felt like I was on an episode of MTV Cribs. Davin had ordered some sparkling wine for him and his mom, and we had wonderful food before heading off to bed. I can't wait to show you day 4 of the Doha trip, where we'll go to the Qatar Desert and ride dune buggies, go dune bashing, sand surf, dip our toes in the Persian Gulf, ride camels, and more.
1, 2, 3. Please subscribe.